All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning. I am Meenakshi Sant. The headlines. Elaborate security arrangements being made for smooth conduct of first phase of assembly polls in Chhattisgarh tomorrow. In Assam, State Election Commission makes usable toilet and two-child norm mandatory for candidates in Panchayat polls. Interrogation of former Karnataka Minister and mining baron G. Janardhan Reddy and others to continue today in Ponzi scam case. Reddy denied anticipatory bail. In Somalia, the death toll goes up to 53 in a string of explosions in capital Mogadishu. And in cricket, India to take on Pakistan in the ICC Women's World 2020 at Guyana tonight. And India to look to clean sweep the T20 series against the West Indies in Chennai. Elaborate security arrangements are being made for smooth conduct of tomorrow's first phase of polling in Chhattisgarh to elect a new assembly. 18 constituencies in 8 Naxal-affected districts will go to polls in this phase. Special Director General, Anti-Naxal Operations, D.M. Avasthi, said around 1 lakh security personnel, including CRPF, BSF and ITBP, have been deployed. Our correspondent takes a look at the arrangements made for free and fair polls.
More than 600 companies of Central Armed Police Force are being deployed. Security arrangements have been beefed up in the most affected areas. Most of the polling parties, escorted by heavy contingent of security forces, have already been sent to polling booths located in sensitive and hypersensitive areas. For the polling stations situated in remote most affected regions, the polling parties have been airlifted by helicopters. Security forces have intensified patrolling on inter-state border with Maharashtra, Telangana and Odisha. Vikalp Shukla, AIR News, Raipur.
Polling in 10 constituencies, Mohla Manpur, Antagarh, Bhanu Pratappur, Kankar, Keshkal, Kondagaon, Narayanpur, Dantewada, Bijapur and Konta will start at 7 a.m. and end at 3 p.m. In the other 8 seats, Khairgarh, Dongargarh, Rajnandgaon, Dongargaon, Khuji, Bastar, Jagdalpur and Chitrakoot, the polling time will be 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. The remaining 72 constituencies in the state will go to polls on the 20th of this month. Scrutiny of nominations for Madhya Pradesh and Mizoram Assembly elections will be held tomorrow. The last day for withdrawal of nominations is Wednesday. Polling in both the states will be held in a single phase on the 28th of this month. Notification for elections to Rajasthan and Telangana legislative assemblies will be issued tomorrow. Rajasthan has 200 seats while Telangana has 119. Polling will take place on the 7th of next month. Counting of votes for all 5 states, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, Mizoram, Rajasthan and Telangana will be taken up on the 11th of December. The Assam State Election Commission has made it mandatory to have a usable toilet and a two-child norm for all aspiring candidates for the upcoming Panchayat polls. Participating in an AIR talk show last night, State Election Commissioner Harendranath Bora said the decision of making a usable toilet compulsory has been taken to make cleanliness a priority in society. Our correspondent has the details.
All the candidates have to file affidavit on usable toilet, minimum qualification and number of children. State Election Commissioner Harendranath Bora said two-child norms have also been applied for all the Panchayat candidates. Candidates having more than 2 children, except in exceptional case, would not be eligible to contest in the polls. He said that whose names have not been appeared in the NRC draft list, they would not be barred from exercising their voting rights. He also announced 50% seats have been reserved for women candidates. Polling for over 26,000 Panchayat polls will be held on 2 phases on 5th and 9th of the next month. Manas Pratim Sharma, AIR News, Guwahati.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will dedicate 2 important national highways and a water terminal on River Ganga to the nation in Varanasi tomorrow. The total length of the highways is 34 kilometers and is constructed at a cost of over 1,500 crore rupees. The projects will reduce travel time, fuel usage and pollution in the area. The ring road will provide easier and more convenient access to Sarnath, an important site for Buddhist pilgrimage. In a tweet, Mr. Modi said he is looking forward to be in Kashi to inaugurate development projects that will have a transformative impact on the city and the rest of Uttar Pradesh, especially Purvanchal. He said the infrastructure project will enhance ease of living for the people of Varanasi. The interrogation of mining baron and former Karnataka Minister G. Janardhan Reddy and others by the Central Crime Branch will continue today in connection with an alleged Ponzi scam. Reddy appeared before the investigating agency yesterday after his anticipatory bail was rejected by the court and his interrogation continued till late night. The Central Crime Branch unit of Bangalore Police had, on Wednesday, launched a search for Mr. Reddy. The mining baron is alleged to have received 20 crore rupees worth of gold to allegedly help a private firm. Reddy has denied all charges. His lawyers are likely to move for bail again as the investigating authority is expected to seek his arrest based on evidence gathered by them. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. You can also log on to our website, newsonair.nic.in. In Somalia, the death toll in a string of explosions in capital Mogadishu has risen to 53, with over 100 injured. Armed militants had on Friday exploded 4 car bombs outside a hotel in the capital and stormed the building. After the 3 explosions in front of the hotel, a 4th blast hit as medics attempted to rescue the injured. Somali hospital and police sources said the death toll could rise further as many are critically injured. North and South Koreas have completed withdrawing troops and firearms from the 22 frontline guard posts. This has been done in a bid to implement a wide-ranging agreement reached in September to reduce tensions across the world's most fortified border. A South Korean Defense Ministry official said the military agreement is an important trust-building step that would help stabilize peace and advance reconciliation between the two rivals. Western nations led by US and European Union have expressed concern over the dissolution of the Sri Lankan parliament as opposition parties will approach Supreme Court tomorrow to challenge the decision. The United States said it is deeply concerned by the news that parliament has been dissolved, further deepening the political crisis. We have a report.
The political turmoil over past couple of weeks has brought Sri Lanka into focus, and several nations have been critical of decision to dissolve the parliament. European Union said the decision ahead of its planned reconvening risks undermining public confidence in country's democratic institutions. Domestically, President Sirisena is under fire from opposition groups who believe that the decision was taken to save government of Mahinda Rajapaksa as they lacked majority. However, the new government has said the ultimate sovereignty lies with people who can decide it during elections. Anyway, the matter will reach Supreme Court tomorrow, and its decision will determine whether Sri Lanka will have general elections on 5th January. Santosh Kumar for AIR News from Colombo.
Back home, a hijack scare was triggered at the Delhi airport yesterday after the pilot of a Kandahar-bound flight mistakenly pressed the hijack button when it was taxiing for takeoff. Officials said the pressing of the hijack button had pushed all security agencies into action and created panic among passengers on board the aircraft. National Security Guard commanders and officials of other agencies surrounded the aircraft and the plane was cleared for takeoff after thorough security checks. The FG312 flight of Ariana Afghan Airlines took off nearly 2 hours after the scheduled departure time. In Gujarat, a family of Kim village in Surat district has received a compensation of 2 lakh rupees on the demise of their family member under the Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana. The scheme is a renewal term insurance policy that provides a yearly life insurance coverage of 2 lakh rupees in case of the demise of the insured person at a premium rate of 330 rupees per annum. Here's a ground report from our Ahmedabad correspondent.
Kamal Kishore Chaturvedi, a branch manager of a Kim village branch of State Bank of India, told that after the sudden death of subscriber of the bank, his family got the compensation of rupees 2 lakhs under this scheme.
हमने एक अकाउंट खोला था प्रधानमंत्री जनधन योजना में नयन कुमार प्रवीण भाई का, और इसके साथ हमने इनका बीमा भी लिया। अभी कुछ दिन पहले नयन भाई की डेथ हो गई। इसके बाद ये क्लेम के लिए इनके जो नॉमिनी थे, जो इनके फादर प्रवीण भाई, वो हमारे पास आए थे और हमने क्लेम के सारे फॉर्मेलिटी थी जो बैंक की तरफ से होती की और उसको भेजा, और बहुत ही अच्छा लग रहा है। 15 दिन के अंदर ही इनके अकाउंट में ये क्लेम आ गया है और 2 लाख रुपए का क्लेम हमारे ग्राहक को मिल गया है। तो ये बहुत ही अच्छी योजना चल रही है, जिसका फायदा सभी लोग जो निचले तबके से आते हैं या किसी भी क्षेत्र से आते, किसी भी वर्ग से आते हैं, उसका ले सकते हैं।
प्रधानमंत्री जीवन ज्योति बीमा योजना is thus working for many families to support in their misery on the tragic death of their loved ones. Bharat Devmani, AIR News, Ahmedabad.
Today is National Education Day. The day is observed on the 11th of November every year to commemorate the birth anniversary of Maulana Abul Kalam Azad. He was a freedom fighter, scholar, and the first education minister of independent India, who served from 15th August 1947 until the 2nd of February 1958. In a tweet, President Ramnath Kovind paid tributes to Maulana Azad. The final T20 of the 3-match series between India and the West Indies will be played at the M.A. Chidambaram Stadium in Chennai this evening. The game will kick off at 7 p.m. The men in blue will be aiming to complete a clean sweep today, as they had won the first T20 by 5 wickets, the second by 71 runs. They will look to give up their bench strength an opportunity before the tour of Australia. In the current tour, the Windies have already lost the Test Series 0-2 and the ODI Series 1-3. In women's cricket, India will take on Pakistan in their second group match of the ICC World 2020 at the Providence Stadium in Guyana today. The match will begin at 8:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time. The Indian Eves had won their opening game by 34 runs against New Zealand on Friday, riding on skipper Harmanpreet Kaur's 51-ball 103, which was a maiden T20 ton. Pakistan had lost their opener against Australia by 52 runs. And now for an overview of today's newspapers, it's over to Saira Mushtaba.
Thank you, Meenakshi. Most major news dailies carry stories on the upcoming assembly elections in Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh. Hindustan Times comments, sparks fly as campaign for round 1 of polls ends. Battle for Chhattisgarh, BJP Congress take up Maoist issue ahead of voting. The Hindu on its front page observes, ahead of polls spike in IED seizures in Chhattisgarh. Their increasing use points to changing Maoist tactics. The DNA notes on its front page, BJP and Congress unveil people-centric manifestos, while the Indian Express adds, Congress takes the cow route in MP, brings Gaushala and Gaumutra in manifesto. Remarks by ex-RBI Governor Raghuram Rajan have also been widely reported. Demonetization GST held back economic growth, says Rajan. Calls for a multi-pronged approach to address NPA challenge, reports the Sunday Business Standard. The Sunday Tribune reports that the total paddy procured by the Punjab government over the years could be much less than what is being projected and paid for by the centre. The Times of India reports on the front page, CVC probe against CBI Director Alok Verma yields nothing substantial. Government may have to reinstate CBI Director. The DNA reports on the homage being paid to Indian soldiers on the centenary of Remembrance Day to mark the end of the First World War, in which 1 million soldiers fought and around 70,000 were martyred. Paper says, Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu inaugurated the first India-built war memorial in northern France on Saturday to pay tribute to thousands of Indian soldiers who fought in World War I. And finally, the Times of India reveals 75,000 visitors in 5 days. Patel statue major tourist draw. And with that, it's back to you, Meenakshi.
Thank you, Saira. Now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Elaborate security arrangements being made for smooth conduct of first phase of assembly polls in Chhattisgarh tomorrow. In Assam, State Election Commission makes usable toilet and 2-child norm mandatory for candidates in Panchayat polls. Interrogation of former Karnataka Minister and mining baron G. Janardhan Reddy and others to continue today in Ponzi scam case. Reddy denied anticipatory bail. In Somalia, the death toll goes up to 53 in a string of explosions in capital Mogadishu. And in cricket, India to take on Pakistan in the ICC Women's World 2020 at Guyana tonight. And India to look to clean sweep the T20 series against the West Indies in Chennai. With that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.